Enrolling new students is not enough in 2026, and what you should be doing instead. There has been a shift. There's been a huge change. The huge change has been that a lot of the gurus who have told you over and over again that you need to be enrolling new students in 2026, they're not paying attention to the thing that actually matters. You see, the mistake is that we believe that all we need is leads and that we need new students coming into our school. Because when we do this, our school grows. If you only focus on new students and enrollments, you will focus on the thing that will take you on the side road that you can't get off of. And you're gonna waste time, you're gonna waste money, you're gonna waste years of your life seeking after something that ultimately isn't gonna work out. I believe that the true path to freedom is a profitable school that runs on autopilot. I have 3 locations, they're all running, and I stepped foot into one of the locations tonight because I had to take care of a few things to get ready for my boardroom mastermind trip this weekend before I head to Australia next week. I didn't have to go into these schools and do anything to make it run. They literally print money, they print cash every single day of the week, and they don't require me at all to be in the day-to-day running it. When you can understand and unlock this next level, a lot of things get a lot better because you finally have cash in your pocket, you have the impact that you desire, and you also have the freedom in your life. There's something very important when it comes down to structuring your school for this type of freedom. When you take your eyes off of, I just need new leads and I need new students, and you start thinking about it from this different perspective of, I've got to think about this from the perspective of, how do I make sure I design my school in such a way I don't regret the way that I've built it? Because after going through the roof, hitting the first $1 million a year in revenue, there were a lot of things that I did wrong, completely wrong. There were so many things that we did wrong. I remember one time we had gotten our school up to over 650 students. And because we were so focused on new students, we were so focused on enrollments, and that was it. We had very little margin. We weren't making a lot of money. We went from 650 students to just above 350. It was an absolute nightmare. On top of that, we started losing staff like crazy, all because we had fallen into the guru trap of focusing on enrollments, getting new leads in, when we should have been focused on running a profitable school. When you're running a profitable school, there are 3 main areas that you focus on. Number 1, you do focus on generating new leads and getting enrollments, but you do it profitably. You know how much it costs you to acquire a student. Literally, it costs about $300 to buy a student. That's it. I spend $300, I get a new student the next day. For some schools, depending upon how much they charge, it may be more. I have some clients that right now they have private schools or they have higher level education schools, and to acquire customers for those might be closer to $1,000, but their program is also $10,000 on the back end. So they're paying a tenth of what someone is going to pay them. Other people have less than that. They're in a brand new happening area, their school's exploding, and they can acquire a new student for $150. But if you don't know how to actually math your way to that, if you don't know how to actually get that and to understand the math behind it, you will still fall into the trap over and over again of, I have to get in more leads in the door, I have to get new students in the door. And ultimately, this will cause you to either run at really low margins, or it will cause you to shut down your school. The other 2 things that you should be focused on are the actual drivers of the school. Is we've got to be able to retain students for years. If we can retain students for years, marketing and sales doesn't have to work as hard, because these guys are sticking with us for more than 10 months. They're sticking with us for 2 years, 3 years. My lifetime value of my student exponentially increases when I have something that prevents them from quitting within the first 30 to 45 days. I have something completely mapped out for them. And when I have moments during their student journey where they can plant their flag and say, I achieved it, because people that are winning don't quit. When I stop focusing on just getting new students in the door, and then I start leaning into, how do I keep those students long term? And then how do I position myself so that the school can run without me? I'm not required to be there. I can sit in the seat that no one else in my business can sit in. And that seat is vision, it's brand, it's content, it's direction, it's leadership. No one else in my business can sit there. If I truly want to get my students locked in to being focused on coming to my school, I have to sit in on the leadership and the design element of my school. When you understand the processes and you stop focusing on new student enrollments, you stop focusing on generating leads, and instead you shift your focus on building a wildly profitable school that runs on autopilot, things happen fast. Profit happens fast. And this is the same process that I've taken 600 plus clients through. I've taken people through these processes. And because our clients that really get this, like I had a client, his name's Tiago, sent me a message. One of my records that I have was 74 students in 30 days. And he's, hey, Miss Jennifer, I just want to let you know I beat your record. What? How many students? 76 students in 25 days. Because he used the same process. Now, is he focused completely on new students and enrollments? No, he's focused on building a wildly profitable school, and new students enrollments is the byproduct of that. So my question to you guys is, knowing all that you know, what has resonated with you the most? Is it, hey, I'm too focused on new students, I gotta have new students, but because you're so focused on that, you're missing the other things that are actually gonna make you succeed. The byproduct of building out a wildly profitable school is that you have new students joining. The other mistakes that I see is because we get so focused on new students and enrollments into our school and we're ignoring these other two things, we'll do crazy, stupid stuff to get new students in the door. Have you ever designed an offer that was so good, it was too good to be true, and people took advantage of it, and then you were stuck fulfilling it? I remember one time we came up with this crazy offer and we enrolled so many students because I was determined. I was like, I am going to break every record I've ever had for back to school season. And martial arts, like back to school season is like this August and September. In my area, school comes back in August. And I remember we were running this special, and it was a stupid special. And the special was this, $99, and the whole entire family could sign up. And we signed up 127 students in 30 days. And when we put almost 30 students into our school in a 30-day period, because we didn't have all those other things I was talking about, everything broke. And because we didn't take care of the first thing, which was pricing profitably, it was unsustainable. We lost money because the students didn't stay with us. Basically, what happened is August was when we enrolled all those people. By December, we only had 30, maybe 40 students that remained. The rest had all churned out. Why? Because we were focused on new students and enrollments, and we weren't focused on building a profitable school. It's simple when you get this formula down, but it's very easy to fall in that temptation of following after the gurus. We have a 100 student guarantee right now. Like, we'll get you 100 students in the next 12 months. You put in the effort, you put in the marketing. We have an agency that we use inside of our own 7-figure dojo company. I have my agency that I built for my schools, and I let other people use that agency as well. There is limited spaces in that, so we don't offer it to everybody. The issue is building that profitable school that has the systems in place to sustain everything else that you put in. Making sure that you're taking home the money that you want to take home, the money you need to take home. Because look, if you're stressed out, are you gonna teach your classes the best? Are you gonna treat your employees the best? No, you're not. You're gonna be completely stressed out and you're not gonna give your best effort. So that's a problem. If you don't have everything in place to retain your students, word's gonna get around in town. People are 7 times more likely to pass along a negative review than they are to a positive review. Not a good look if you can't retain people on the back end. But if you can do both of those things, and then you can systematically set up your business so that you have a talent incubator system where you're getting new people and you're incubating them to be your next team members, then you can focus on what we call the S&P 1 million, which is your systems and processes. Look, you got the S&P 500, you invest money into it, you get a return on that. And usually it's not immediate that you get a return on it, but you get a return on it. If you invest in the S&P 1 million, which is your $1 million systems and processes, you won't get 8% returns. Sometimes you'll get 120% returns, just like my friend Brandon. We got a 120% increase in his students. S&P 1 million is huge, and that allows you finally to have financial freedom, to know your numbers, what levers to pull, what pedals to push in order to get the school to go faster, in order to add more profit. Stop trying to enroll new students and go start focusing on building a profitable school.